Hey there everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Coming to you from a very warm spring day in April. We're already having some days in the upper 80s this week, so I just kind of hope that's not a sign of things to come this summer. The summer can be pretty miserable down here, but right now it feels good. It's not it's where the temperatures are high but the humidity's still kind of low. In fact, as soon as I get through doing this video, I think I'm going to go outside and get myself a little vitamin D. I got some yesterday and I'm starting to power up again, ready to get that real stuff. Today I want to talk about the raw vegan lifestyle buzzwords and bad examples. And I want to tell you to proceed with caution. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you are not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you go down and hit that subscribe button. Then be sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Also too, go down below in the description, go check out my store in there. It's rawtropicallivinggear.com. Got vegan designs, got some other cool designs in there. Gonna have some yoga stuff real soon, so go down there and check it out. This is a video mostly for the beginners today. I've got a lot of people asking me questions over on Instagram. I've been growing a bit over there, and I get a lot of questions from beginners and people that are just starting to get a little bit of curiosity about this lifestyle. So if you've been doing this for a long time and you're a professional and you're an expert, you might not find this video interesting. If you're a member of one of the many raw vegan cults out there, you might get a little angry at this video. If you have a guru or if you hold somebody up on a pedestal in this raw food world, you might have a problem with it. So those warnings and disclaimers will get that out of the way. I'm going to read something real quickly. I don't need to read it, I can remember this much, but it's just basically paraphrased. I want you to remember this. You ever heard of Occam's razor before? Go look up Occam's razor, you'll get even a better explanation of it. But basically summed up, Occam's razor says simpler solutions are more likely to be correct than complex ones. I want you to listen to that again. Simpler solutions are more likely to be correct than complex ones. And that's where we will start right there. I remember first stepping into this lifestyle and, being anxious and asking people questions and following, commenting on videos and going to groups and whatever. And one thing I always noticed was there was always this trying to make it complicated, trying to make it some deep, mystical type thing. Like nothing was ever a simple answer or solution. And I got a few of these examples down here. And there's reasons for this. This comes from numbers of different angles. But the two main angles it comes from is people that are trying to make money off of you, because by talking about some of the things I'm going to talk about, all their juice feast and the latest cleanse and the latest program, some of them are simply using these words and all this stuff to kind of just get you money from you. And the other one is the lunatic fringe. They're the ones that are just like, I don't know what happened to them. They went way down the rabbit hole when they started following a raw food diet and a raw vegan lifestyle. I like a little bit more of the practical approach. And the first one of these magical buzzwords is detox. Detox, detox, detox. I tell you what, the first year or two that I was doing this lifestyle, I was like, geez, is this all they talk about? Detox. Everything was detox. And another buzzword to watch for once they even talk about detox. And let me take a step back. I meant to put this in earlier too. None of the things I'm about to talk about, I'm not telling you that they're hooey. I'm not telling you they don't exist. Go back to Occam's razor. It's just that this is always where people go first. In other words, people don't tend to think about or try the simplest solution instead of just jumping straight to the, something like this. And back in the beginning, I remember, like, that was the answer to everything. In fact, me and friends of mine, and we're a little snarkier and we're kind of smart asses, would joke about that. Everything you answered, what's the answer? Oh, it's going to be detox. We would even goof on it sometime. I said, go ask so-and-so in that group over there, ask this question and see what they answer. I'll bet you any amount of money you want, detox. Detox, detox, detox. Now, of course, detox exists. I'm not going to tell you we don't detox our body. Our body is always detoxifying. Our body is always detoxifying, or we would be dead. You know, by eating the way we do, I think we tend to speed up this detoxification and get things out of our system a little bit quicker. But there's no need for this never-ending special things of detox. And it's like, especially when it just kind of, there's a never end to it. Okay, if you were going to, even if you were going to do something that I don't necessarily agree with, and you did one big thing and you detox, but there always seems to be, and then there's the ones, oh, but we need to go deeper, another level of detox. And they just kind of get wrapped up on this carousel, and it just kind of becomes an obsession. Detox, detox, detox. And they don't tend to be the healthiest looking people in the world. And yeah, which leads into the next thing, and that's the never-ending cleanse. There's always a need for a cleanse. Now, I'm always wondering, and I'll always throw this out there, okay, do your cleanse. Do your cleanse one time, do your feast and your fast one time, but why? Why do you need to continuously do this? Why is it a never-ending thing? Why is because people are yo-yoing. And, you know, theoretically, if you've done your, okay, I understand, even though that's not necessarily my jam, you do your one solid food vacation, whether it's a juice feast, juice fast, or whatever, at the beginning to clean yourself out. Not my method, but okay, that's not going to hurt you. But when you're but okay, if you've done that, answer my question here. You did your solid food vacation to start this lifestyle, to prepare your body. It's always about, they tell me, well, you've never prepared your body, Jack. Okay, you do this. Theoretically, if you were to follow a clean way of eating, you know, a clean version of the raw vegan lifestyle, why do you need to, a year later, why are you doing another cleanse? Why are you doing another fast? You're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, instead of focusing on the consistency. You know, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I don't do these things. And I see my health, I consider my health a lot better than so many people I see doing it. And also, too, there have been some people, and they, you know, that are still around that do some of these things. But most people, they fall by the wayside. It simply doesn't work. You can't listen, what I've said a million times in the past, we don't even need to argue about it. You want to do a juice fast, or even if you, okay, even more so, and I don't recommend them except in healing situations. You want to do a water fast. Do it one time. Do it however long you're going to do it. Do whatever you're going to do. Do as extreme as you're going to do. But you got to learn how to eat. And that's what all this stuff comes back around to. A lot of people are never learning how to eat. They're bouncing, they have periods in between these cleanses. They have periods in between these feast and fast. They do in another island. They're doing one of these. Instead of just simply focusing on taking in good nutrition every day. You know, as I spoke of in that video yesterday, and as I kind of showed in that video yesterday, I'm taking a little bit more seriously now, you know, like making sure I'm plugging in the gaps and getting a little bit of this, getting a little bit of that. And that's what, you know, that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me cleansed, I guess what you would say. And I don't see the need for all the other stuff. And yes, somebody will always throw out, well, okay, you're lucky you don't have this, 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 and this. So bottom line, I'm not saying per se there's anything wrong with juice feast or juice fast, but why are you doing them? How long are you doing them for? And do you find that you need to kind of keep jumping around and doing this to correct what you're doing? If so, maybe you just take a step back and learn how to eat. Learn how to do this lifestyle in a way that's going to last for the rest of your life. Because the juice fasts are like diets. And like whether you can lose some weight or whether you get results or not, you can't live on them. And like I say, once again, just so people don't misunderstand and think I'm throwing it all under the bus, and then there'll be others that are totally, they don't want to hear about fasting under any circumstances. Yes, if I was healing something major, I would consider a water fast. I might do a little 2 or 3 day just because it's good for the head. I did one time, 8 days, and it's good just to kind of release, but I don't feel a need for that kind of stuff. And the last one I'll talk about, I think, unless one pops into my head. No, I got 2 more. One is absorption. It was always that too, and I've dealt with that one a good bit. You know, I've mentioned, and I always just kind of now, I just raise an eyebrow, roll my eyes, giggle a little bit. when I've talked about before how I have a hard time keeping weight on this lifestyle, and you'll have the next level person, well, you're not absorbing. You need to do this, this, and that, and they go off on a tangent. I don't even, and I'm pretty educated. I don't even understand the words and the vocabulary, but absorption, that's another one that's just a complicated solution instead of looking for something less complex. Calories count. I don't give a shit. You can believe it. You cannot believe it. You can believe in the unicorn version of this lifestyle or not. But I kind of just never put too much stock into that when people said, well, you're not absorbing your stuff. And it did. It worked out. As soon as I adjust my calories, if I'm taking in this amount of food, my weight stays stable. If I'm taking in a little bit more, I've been able to put on a little bit weight. If it's less than what I need to keep my weight stable, I go down. Plain and simple, and it correlates to the amount of food I'm taking in. So no, it's not the absorption part. And the last one, and once again, I'd have to do a lot of little disclaimers here because people don't listen very well. Candida. Candida ain't the answer to everything. I mean, there is Candida. Candida is a problem. People do deal with Candida. There's a lot of people that deal with Candida, but that's just kind of become a word to throw out there when people don't seem to be able to handle this lifestyle anymore, when they're eating the fruit or whatever. It's like everybody's got Candida. Everybody? Why don't I have any Candida? Why don't I have any of these things? Are you really telling me that I'm some genetic freak? That I drank like a fish? And I don't even think you guys can really understand the depths when I talk about that. None of this little kiddie stuff like you do in college, getting drunk. I mean, I drank hard for 30 years. I was a man. I drank bottles of whiskey. I drank bottles of stuff. 30 years. I've eaten so much garbage in my life. I've smoked cigarettes, and you're telling me that I treated myself like this for so long, and I don't have any of these issues that people are always like, you know, talking about. So some of them, if you have Candida, and I have several friends that I know for a fact they have dealt with that, and I've talked to them, and they've given me an explanation and an understanding, but that ain't always the answer to everything. Go back to Occam's razor, look for the simple solution. And when you hear words that are big and you got to go look them up, and they're difficult to pronounce and this or that, and if it's anything, I'll finish with this. If it's anything more than a simple answer to your question, a simple solution, a simple way, investigate. Go check it out. Go make sure why. Go make sure there's really a need to do that. And yeah, basically just eat fruits and vegetables. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.